Hey there. Let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space and provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. Surrounded in divine white light. All right, so tap in, let me know you're here and present. I know that you're ready to receive a message for your highest and greatest good. You can also like, share, and comment and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. All right, let's see. We are very shuffled here. Let's see. High Priestess, Judgment, Eight of Wands. Okay, let's check it out. See? Right. So she's like very much in the center of both pillars, right? The shadow and the light. And there's this perspective that's understood. So then we have the Judgment. So this also talks about the self-realization of things and knowing what it takes to free the spirit, right? To be that free spirit. And then the Eight of Wands is going in a certain direction towards something that is fast. There's something fast. There's something fast coming in here. And then I have Strength. That's going to require you to have a lot of courage and confidence. And you may have had to be patient too. So, it might be enjoy your time now because soon things are about to pick up for you in a certain way. Okay, so thank you, Spirit. All right, this High Priestess could be someone who's learning, very much in their studies. They could be working very hard, but people don't understand what this energy does truly behind closed doors. So I feel like you keep things to yourself and close to the chest, and you're being encouraged to do so going forward. Okay, so whatever you got going on, you keep it to yourself. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is an ending of a chapter. Okay, and I feel like the information you're needing in order to end this chapter and go in a different direction is coming. Okay, it's not far off is also what I'm getting. Okay, I have a Page of Cups here. This could involve children. It could also involve Empress energy over the Page of Cups. Let's see. Victory at the bottom of the deck. That's awesome. Or just being celebrated and recognized. Yeah, I feel like someone admires what you've built for yourself and what you've overcome in life. And I feel like this is like opening a new chapter. This is also maybe like you choosing you and choosing a new direction in life after, maybe something finalizes here. Okay? There's definitely feeling okay, I've experienced what I've experienced. It's time to move on. And so I feel like this either could come in, or this could just be you deciding this about yourself and what you'd like to do next. Maybe you're an empty nester. Maybe you're looking at colleges. Maybe you're, doing that kind of investigation. But I feel like this is something that you have been daydreaming about. I'm getting you've been creating this and having this in your mind for so long. And this represents your version of happiness and emotional fulfillment. I'm also getting you're here to create something here. Maybe the rainbow bridge or the balloons are significant, and just the color of things, how bright things are, how things are positioned too. Things are very high up in the sky. So, that's alluding to the fact that this is in high alignment, high vibration. Okay, and being full, expansive. Yeah, I feel like you're creating the life that you desire. Okay, this is a priority of yours. So I feel like, you know, the next chapter of your life is about to unfold. I just saw the moon, so it's like there's still secrets, there's still things hidden. So you're being patient and you're sitting back and you're waiting. And you know that when it's time, it'll be time. It's like you trusting the process, the process of the universe. Then we have the Three of Cups. This will be something to celebrate. You could be supporting others too, like having those that kind of you connect with. Maybe they're like-minded souls. This can be celebration too, or it could be you're helping others through their process. So you could be a mentor. Yeah, I feel like you very much could be like someone who's able to sustain themselves or help others sustain themselves when it comes to having, you know, strong beliefs and operating from a place of faith versus greed or anything like that. So this may represent like a faith-based business of some kind. I don't want to be, you know, specific, but I feel like this is something that, you know, one step at a time. Like, you built this by yourself. You may have someone come in and kind of like give you a boost, but I feel like you really have created something from scratch. And this is you being very abundant, stable, and secure as well. I feel like there could be those that kind of observe you from the sidelines even. You might prefer your time alone, like your solitary, your peace. You might protect your peace here. Okay, so let's see. Ten of Wands. Yeah. It's been a heavy load. So let's get more about this heavy load. Oh. Someone feels burdened because they realize what you've built without them. All they can do is watch from the sidelines, right? With this group over here, with this third party. They're going to watch your success. That's what's happening. See? Yeah. I feel like they're tied to this group over here. So I feel like they're going to experience karma, right? The infinity symbol here, the cause and effect of things, with this Three of Cups here. Okay, so that's the Ten of Wands. Yeah. I feel like there's the Strength card here, right? This is, you've overcome what you needed to overcome. You've really been, you know, so strong through it all, right? And people underestimated your strength. Like, you don't look like what you are kind of energy. Like, people underestimate you, right? And that's kind of the point, is like, you know, you can't always believe the packages, okay? So I feel like somebody didn't really take the time to really get to know you, and as a result, like, your peace. The Fool card. Yeah, this is a new outlook on life. Okay, having faith. Your faith is so strong. They underestimated your faith. And the ability for you to receive guidance and information, right? Six of Pentacles in the physical realm to help you towards victory and success. I feel like, yeah, I feel like someone might be coming in to kind of like help you in some sort of way with some sort of like offer here, some sort of opportunity, a chance. I feel like here's a chance. I feel like this is about like taking a chance, okay? You're being seen as victorious for learning what you needed to learn, and you've applied it and you're moving forward. This is like moving on to the next level. So it's like you graduated, okay? You graduated. Congratulations. You're part of like the Ascension graduating class, if that makes sense. It might for some of you. Okay. Oh, don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's this Page of Cups that feels like, you know, like they're slighted in some kind of way. Two of Swords. This energy is blocked. Or you might feel a bit like confused about what this offer is. But I feel like you're not interested in hearing about anyone else's problems, especially this person's problems, because they created those problems for themselves. They have to deal with them. They don't involve you. You're focused on like divine love and manifesting your best life and, you know, experiencing all that life has to offer. That's your manifestation, and that is what's coming for you. This is like dreams and wishes come true. Okay, this is like, congratulations. It's time to celebrate. And unfortunately, like, they're stuck where they're at, and they're gonna have to watch, okay, you experience what you came here to experience. Okay, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, there's this beautiful new beginning here, okay, that you deserve and desire. And that's your focus. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel like somebody will continue to be treated as an option, or will entertain other options, or will continue to operate from the place of satisfying their earthly desires above all else. So someone is dealing with that situation. That go over here. Okay. Yeah. And this is the King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm not sure what they were doing behind closed doors, but I'm getting like people have seen it now, and I feel like there's something going on with that. Okay. So whatever that is, whatever's going on over there. Maybe somebody is being represented as being alone, right? Watching and wanting to be with people, but still being alone. I have the Hermit energy here. So this could be Virgo, could have something to do with like spiritual abilities, gifts, or some sort of belief systems, and having, and receiving guidance, like going within to receive guidance. Okay, yeah, what do we have here? You want this in the reverse. Okay, so I have a Knight of Swords in the mid position and the Emperor in reverse. Is that what you want? Okay, burped. Okay, great. Yeah, I would say there's an Emperor that's fallen from grace here, and they're the ones that are very burdened about you having any kind of success whatsoever, because they can't benefit off of it because you did it alone without them. And they talked mad shit and they did mad shit, and they're pissed because now they're having to deal with karma for it. And they feel like they don't believe in this and they don't deserve this, and why aren't you burdened? Why are they the ones dealing with the burdens? So it's like they'll continue to blame you until they're blue in the face. Okay, so they're dealing with their own, you know, their own problems. Okay. Let's see. I feel like all they're gonna do is be able to think about you and watch you, and that's it. There's nothing they can do that can affect you. Divine Feminine, high vibration, Empress energy. Okay, they came after a Divine Feminine. I feel like, here's the thing though, you wouldn't be where you're at if you didn't experience what you experienced. So I feel like you understand that too, right? Like you get it. Look at Tower, shower, change, right? Sudden change. Okay, there's major sudden changes happening. Okay, for the narcissist. Okay, toxic devil energy over here. I feel like that's what I was picking up on with the Knight of Swords in reverse. and the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Okay, the narcissist doesn't tend to take accountability for their own, you know, suffering. So, right? I feel like there's a lot of influence around them that has affected their life. And I feel like they're watching for the entertainment purposes, right? It's like they would pay money for this, whatever is going on, whatever tower energy is going on. I feel like, you know, somehow this group benefited in some way too. All right, so I feel like they also could be dealing with a tower moment. I feel like they may have even like known about it but didn't do anything about it. There's that too. So yeah, they went after a light worker, a healer, an empath. Okay. I feel like your past loved ones visit you while you sleep. So I feel like you tap in. This energy, I feel like they went for a gold digger, okay? And here's the thing, like the gold digger mirrored back to them exactly what they are. And so they actually attracted each other into each other's lives, and they're both gold diggers. They're both thieves. Right? And they surround themselves with toxicity, and it's almost like they all like play with one another, or they're all like exchanging energy with one another. It's like really toxic. Ew. I don't want to think about that. I feel like there could be someone with multiples. I don't even know. Look at, maybe somebody thought that they were above universal law and that it didn't apply to them. That's what it is, because divine justice is in reverse. It says universal law, and this is going on the 9 of Wands. So it's like, I feel like this energy here thought that they could do whatever they thought they could do and get away with it. All right, they didn't think that they were accountable for universal law because they don't believe in universal law. So they feel like they could continue to do whatever and not be held accountable for it. But come to find out, they're being held accountable for it because they're not above the law. So I feel like that could be this gold digger energy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you're being guided towards your path and purpose here. Could be air signs. Call out to the air signs. Let's see what else. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, I was picking up that someone's going to end up like, someone like someone looks like someone made a wrong decision, right? On who they chose, okay? Okay, I feel like someone maybe juggled themselves right on out and now they're by themselves, right? They thought that they were a big player and now they find themselves alone, maybe even as a black sheep or outcast. Remember how I was like, maybe now like they're gonna, that's, you know, not great. Sorry. I don't want to harp on anything like that, but I feel like maybe at one point someone thought that they were like rolling high on the hog, and now they're not. Like now they're finding themselves alone, right? Like nobody wants to be around that energy anymore because it was toxic, right? And then there's some sort of prison or physical, spiritual prison here. So, all right, there is someone maybe hiding addictions, or like their addictions are they're drinking heavy or doing drugs, or they're gambling, or they have a sex addiction. I'm getting that like spiritual gifts, intuition, visions, and dreams. I feel like they were meant to kind of like try to prevent these from going online or strengthening, or this was like to identify like spiritual warfare kind of stuff going on here. Okay. I'm also getting like, because of what you've experienced, you have very strong heightened gifts. So this initiated you in the way that it needed to, and that's the point. That's the takeaway here, right? Like this served that purpose, and that's enough. Okay. So I feel like there's a bit of guidance with that. Yeah. I feel like the gold digger here, both of them and what they do behind closed doors, is coming out. I'm getting like there's exposure here. So truth will be told. All right. There could also be an ego death playing out. I feel like, you know, there's childhood trauma unhealed childhood trauma that continues to create imbalance for this masculine energy and burdens as a result, because it continues to be something that they won't deal with. They keep avoiding it, so it just piles up. Eventually it becomes too hard to carry, and you know, I feel like this person afflicts others with it too. So you know, there's a need to kind of like, all right, let's put this down and let's break this down a bit. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's time for this ego death. All right. There's this wearing a mask and stuck in the 3D and being in the ego that's contributing to this. You know, there is a need for you to appreciate all that is and will be. Okay, happiness, joy. Someone is pissed because you're happier without them. Okay, but they're the one that, you know, it served its purpose, right? Like you learned the lesson, you know, it doesn't matter. You're entitled to move on from somebody and not be, you know, spiritually attacked. But again, like it all serves a purpose. Letting go of the past and the bitterness and the resentment. I feel like someone, as a result of their toxic friend swapping, okay, has gotten like some sort of STD or has or will. And there's also spiritual disease here because they're constantly swapping around like this low vibrational energy. So they very much could have some attachments, or their energy's feeling drained. You know, so if they're heavily drinking and stuff like that and doing substances, then there's like holes in the aura. And so you just kind of like, so there's a need to, you know, maybe separate from people. Karmic family members are also involved here. So they could have family that might have gotten involved. There is this energy here that did this. Okay, I feel like that is the truth. That's what's being exposed here. There could be a record of this for money. Maybe someone paid money to create some sort of ending here, and there's proof. And this very much could be why there could be some sort of like indecision or fear of judgment, as well as like just seeing both sides of something so that something can be brought into like a decision, right? I feel like there's a decision being made here about what somebody did over here. Okay. So important to redirect your thoughts. Okay. Focusing on, I don't know where we are in the cards here. Whoops. It says pray more. Oi. Pray more. Continue to pray more. You know. And this is playing out in the near future here. Yeah, there's some sort of illegal activity here, fraudulent means. And that's what is going on as far as the judgment is concerned. I have water sign energy here. Okay, Spirit, thank you. I have light worker, healer, and empath energy. I have you've released karmic debt through this process. You're experiencing success, abundance, and stability. Victory will be yours. Manifest the life you desire, and your ancestors are helping you and they love you. And again, right? Like initiated. So sending you guys all the love. All right. You're doing an amazing job. You're kicking ass, and you know, stay focused, right? You know, you have the tools now to navigate this process. Okay. And, you know, I feel like this is kind of like the pinch, okay? Like they're feeling the pinch. So just remember to kind of like do your energy healing. All right, make sure you're prioritizing that. Very important. All right, guys, I hope that you have the most amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye now.